Hello, it's Lauren. Today we are talking about a brand new launch from Victoria Beckham Beauty, their Future Lash mascara. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the first people who ordered this. I think it went up at midnight on Eastern Standard Time, and I'm on the West Coast, and I think I just scalped it as fast as it went up. Okay, so it comes in this little glass tube, which bears a striking resemblance to their Bitten lip tint. It's the exact same type of glass packaging, which I love. And it has this super skinny little wand. Okay, so what they say about this is that it's not necessarily a tubing mascara, but it has some film form properties. So we're gonna test that out. I'm very, very curious. I don't really know what to expect. This is a first impressions video. We're going to do a little bit of a wear test with it as well. The other product that I got from them that they had been out of for a while was their lid luster in the shade Mink, which is this very beautiful taupey kind of color with a silver shimmer. And I think there's a little bit of a gold shimmer in there too. But I love this type of color. This is the thing that I grabbed for the one and done kind of eyeshadow. So super pumped to try this out. We're gonna put this on together and then we'll do the mascara afterwards. If you watched my initial Victoria Beckham Beauty video where I tried pretty much one of everything, I have found that I like to apply these best with my fingers. You can do a little bit of a blending with a brush, but I just feel like you get the most color payoff, that's really pretty, with your finger. And you can really kind of blend it out well with your fingers too. And I did do a demo in that video where I show you what it looks like between fingers and a brush. That is beautiful. I'm gonna soften that out a little bit. I don't want it to be a real hard edge. Because of how my eye is shaped, sometimes when I put stuff on, it can look very severe if I don't watch out, just based on how my brow bone is shaped. That's really pretty. That's super beautiful for a one and done shadow look. I love that. We'll do the other side. So I have a little story for you guys. It's kind of another reason why I love Victoria Beckham Beauty so much. So I have their eyeliners, which I think are phenomenal. And while I was away from home for a couple weeks, my black eyeliner, the pencil portion fell out of the composite material, whatever it is. It's not wood, it's kind of feels like a pressed composite material of some sort. Fell straight out of the pencil and I was super duper bummed. So I messaged their customer service and I sent them a photo and explained this just came out. You know, what can we do about this? And they were like, we can refund you or send you a new one. And I was like, really? So they sent me a new pencil. That to me is that's what companies should be doing, especially companies that are charging as much for their products as Victoria Beckham Beauty does. They handled it really, really well. And I love their pencils. I think they're amazing, but their products are fantastic too. The products, the customer service, it's on point. This shadow is on point. Yeah, I love that. It's beautiful. So what I'm gonna do, because I do want a little bit on my lower lash line too, I'm gonna take a little synthetic brush and just kind of dip that all in there. Make sure there's no excess on there. And just go right under the lashes and see what we can get with that. That's pretty. Okay, that kind of ties it together. So I recently finished a show, and if any of you are into mystery type shows, the show The Undoing with Nicole Kidman is phenomenal. I watched it in 2 nights, may have binge watched it a little bit, but highly, highly recommend. And I was mildly obsessed with the character Elena's eye makeup. It was so smudgy and not perfect, and I loved it. Random, I know. Okay, this is beautiful. I love the lid luster in blonde. I think that shade is so beautiful. And Mink is a hit for me too. I think what I really like about this color is that you get that warmth in the base of it, but that shimmer, where you build it up, like it has like a very silvery kind of effect to it as well. So you get like a multi-dimensional look from one pot, and that is like speaks to my soul. Like I love that in products. I want something that is multi-purpose, that I can have one thing that looks multiple ways when I use it. Love that. Okay, let's try out this mascara. I'm a little, I don't want to say nervous, but I always feel like 2% nervous when I try a new mascara for fear that I'm going to hate it. The one thing I'll say about this, okay, so I've pulled it out a couple times now, but like it really is picking up a ton of product on this little skinny brush. And I think it's just, you know, it's a new tube of mascara. That's not overly surprising, but I'm going to make sure to really get some of that excess off because I don't want that to be clumpy. So let's see what this mascara will do. And then we'll wear it around and I'll get back to you on my thoughts on it. Wish me luck. Okay, so here we've got one coat. What you can see is a very like wispy, clean length to it. I will say, I feel like my lashes are very lifted. I feel like they look really pretty. It's not like the most dramatic mascara. Like it's not gonna be like a Jones Road Beauty kind of situation, but it reminds me a little bit of like the Glossier Lash Slick mascara. Like it's a really beautiful, like your lashes, but better type of mascara. So let's do another coat and kind of see what happens. I want to do another coat because it's like it's not a tubing mascara necessarily, but it's kind of got some film form properties. So I want to make sure that we can actually get another coat on. For instance, like the Thrive mascara, which is a tubing mascara, you really have to work within that first coat because once it starts to dry, it will like break apart the tubes that have formed. So I want to see if this does that as well, or if you actually can build it up. So let's try another coat and see what happens. Okay, so that's starting to build up more to my personal liking. And you actually can build this mascara up. That was like my big question mark with this. Let's do the other eye and we'll chit chat a little bit and then we'll do a final check-in. I think that's really beautiful. Let's see what happens. I mean, overall, I enjoyed the experience of putting this on. I think that it looks really nice. Let me just show you a little side-by-side, because the wand on this is very different than my Jones Road Beauty, which if you've seen that review, you know is like such an amazing mascara and I love it so much, but the brushes are very different. So let me show you. The Victoria Beckham Beauty one is very, very skinny. The Jones Road Beauty is very fat. And so this, because there's so much product on the brush and the way that it's spaced out on the brush, you're really gonna build up a lot more volume a lot more quickly than the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. They both have traditional bristles and they're both in this kind of curved shape, which really helps to lift your lashes without needing an eyelash curler. So I really, really like that about both of them. I almost would be curious what it's like layering them together. I'm gonna do that in a different video. We're not gonna do that today because I need to do an accurate wear test of this for you. And something, okay, like I have a little beef and it's not just with Victoria Beckham Beauty, but it's like kind of with a lot of different companies right now. I don't feel like companies that are launching mascaras are doing them justice with the ads that they run. And like, I feel this way about multiple mascaras that I have tried recently, from the Lancome Idole, which like had super clumpy eyelashes, which is not what that mascara does at all. If you saw my review of it, it's a beautiful mascara, but the ads were not representative of the mascara. The same thing with Jones Road Beauty. I had no idea that that mascara would be so intense and buildable and like megawatt volume, like looks like false lashes based off of the ads that they ran. It looked very, very natural, which is great because it's versatile, but like I didn't buy it with any kind of expectation that it would be like the most dramatic lashes that I could ever achieve, which I love. And the same thing with this Victoria Beckham mascara. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it's really a beautiful mascara, and I think a lot of people are really going to love this, so long as it wears really well. We'll have to check in later and talk about it, but it doesn't look like the ads that they ran. And I feel like the ads that they did in particular didn't look like the model had on much mascara at all. It looked way more natural than this. And so like I kind of wish that companies that are launching mascaras, and products in general, they should be doing this, but especially with mascaras because everyone is so different with them, they should have multiple models to show what it looks like on different eyelashes. And I kind of wish that they would have the models apply the mascara themselves, because the way that a makeup artist applies mascara versus how someone like myself goes in real heavy-handed, it's going to look very different. So like I kind of wish that people could apply their own mascara for ads for new mascara launches. I don't know. Like, I would love to know if you agree on this, because mascara seems to be that kind of like point of contention for a lot of people where like it's either going to work really great for you or it's really not. And everybody feels very differently about mascaras. So like, sound off below if you agree with that, because like it's kind of driving me crazy lately, like when I see all these ads and they just don't look how they look when I put it on at home. Okay, that was really ranty. We'll check back in later today to see how this mascara wears, but like I love how this eye look came together, and literally it was just two products. It was the Future Lash mascara and Mink lid luster. I love it. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we have reached the end of the day for our wear test. I am super dewy, oily at this point. I've been playing hard with the baby, so I really gave this mascara a great run for a wear test. So as you can see, it has held up surprisingly well for how oily I am. There's just like a few little tiny flakes, and honestly, those are never something that bothers me. I can literally just dust them away with my fingers. The biggest issue that I have is rubbing on the brow bone, and I don't really have much transfer, if any, to be honest. And I really didn't get any fallout because I did put some on the bottom too. Overall, the wear of this mascara gets an A++ for me. It held up really, really well. I love the packaging. I love that I was able to build it up and I didn't have to do it all in one coat. That's something that I personally prefer in a mascara. The wand is really, really skinny, and I think I like a slightly thicker brush. That's just a personal preference. But if you're looking for a really beautiful, lengthening, defining mascara that is not going to smudge on you, I think that the Future Lash is an excellent pick for that. Also, I just really love this lid luster in Mink. I think it is so pretty, and I really want to get, I think it was the shade Honey that they make also that I really like. Before we conclude this wear test, I want to start washing it off and kind of see what that does for you also. So hang on a second. Okay, this looks totally crazy, but I wanted you to see that it does create these kind of like little tubes, and it's not like super smeary when it comes off. So like, this isn't like, you can kind of see, I wish I could get that a little better on camera for you. It does have like that film form kind of tubing property without being full on tubes, but I just wanted to give you a little peek of like what that looks like coming off. I'm gonna finish washing my face. I'll be right back. Okay, so I really, really enjoy how that came off. I love tubing mascaras for the fact that they're not messy and like smeary when they come off. I think what's really special about this mascara is that you actually can build it up while you're applying it rather than having to do one coat. and I loved how it wore. It's definitely more natural looking than like my Jones Road Beauty or even the Thrive, but you can get really beautiful length with this, and it wears phenomenally well. And for like a kind of film form tubing mascara, you can build it up. I don't know. I personally really love it. That's kind of been my experience with Victoria Beckham Beauty, is that I really love the entire line. There hasn't been one single thing that she's come out with that I haven't enjoyed. And honestly, like, they're some of my favorite products that I have in my kit. So highly recommend. This gets my stamp of approval, and I hope that this was helpful. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It helps other people to find me, and I can continue to bring you these types of reviews and tutorials. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.